There's a lot of noise going on in the house right now, so I'm going to mute the mic for a few minutes. I'm just kind of watching the market. Very, very choppy. Still a lot of noise, but I want to point out this HIMS spot. There's a potential short right here, at least for an intraday trade. You can see you've got some blue right here, but it's got support about another $2 down. So I would intraday trade it. I don't think I would swing it up. All right, so again, I was mentioning HIMS is a decent short setup for intraday trade. Intraday trade here, it comes off the 15 right here. It's a decent short for HIMS. Again, I wouldn't use today's expiration on it. I would use next week's expiration on it. Probably the 822, not the 822, the 815 57s, and the 815 57s right there. For potential short. They're in the money pretty deeply, but I'd just be looking for it today. It's got room down. Here's the daily chart on it right here. It's got room if it stays below this 51.99 down to 49.80. Well, $1.20 or so. So perhaps you can squeeze out 50, 60, 70 cents on this one for an intraday trade. Again, this is a horrible trading day. I mean, the market sucks right now. Let's be honest. This is terrible trading conditions. Market just chopping. SPY still trying to grind up, but it's just not making a lot of progress. Triple Q's looking the same. IWM holding the market down a little bit. very choppy. Newmont's pulled back now. It's trading at 390. Vertex also is I paid 11.80 for a straddle on that. It's right now 10.78, so it's down about $1, which means it's probably still back down around 385. Yeah, it's moving up now, 389. That's going to move it up a little bit. Ari pointing out DYN, a biotech, big move today. DYN. Yep, big move, 24%. Yep. Again, I can't chase that when you have that kind of a movement, but that's a really big move in DYN, and it's come here on basically 2 candles. Obviously something happened right here at 11 o'clock. What expiration do I like for HIMS, Gary? 15th. I would just intraday trade it. I would be looking to take profits on it today. But you don't want to use this week's. You want to go up to next week's, so you get a little bit of time if you have to take it overnight. The intraday chart, the daily chart is okay on HIMS off the TC2000 chart, but as I showed you on the daily chart here, we've still got some blue here on the multi-time frame momentum, although probably not dramatically. The momentum is probably not dramatically bullish here. It's probably just slightly moving up on an oscillator, so I wouldn't be too concerned about that. But I still would try to take profits in it today. Again, this is a choppy market that's going to make swing trades very difficult. The strike I used in it, I used a much deeper in the money strike on it. On HIMS, I used the 57 puts. 57 puts. So they're about $5.50 in the money. Because the stock doesn't move an awful lot. It's not a fast-moving stock. ATR is fast, about $4, so that's quite a bit. But again, I selected the in the money. I used the delta of. Let me look. My delta is 72. You could use a 56. You could even use a 55. I wouldn't go with 50. I wouldn't go with a 52. Too close to the money. Too much. You've got too much extrinsic value in those options. I mean, if you take a 52 put for next week, it's going for 310 by 320, which is much cheaper, of course, than what I paid. But it's only got 24 cents of intrinsic value, which means almost all of that premium is subject to time decay and volatility changes. SPY moving up here now, high of the day. vertex up to 388. Mining going down here, momentum weakened right down to the B-web. Palantir moving sideways now. There's that DYN that right here at the top that Ari was just pointing out. Don't know what caused that big pop like that, but again, I don't chase those kind of stocks. RNA looking very similar here. Another biotech ripping up here today. Earnings on 8.8 on RNA. 8.8. UAN just got halted. It just halted. It just opened again. As we saw right there, you can see it halted up here, and now it's pulling back. They opened from halt, and people decided to take some profits. Hey, Jeff. Question here. When you select long options, you typically pick between 65 and 75 delta. I do, yeah. Why would you pick one closer to one delta than the other? It really, you know, when I look at them, I'm looking at a couple of things, all right? I'm obviously looking at the expiration date, then I'm looking at the deltas, and then I'm looking at the bid-ask spread on them, and I'm looking at the volume on them, the open interest on them. So I'm trying to find one that meets my 65 to 75 criteria, that has a tighter spread and some decent volume on it, or some at least higher volume than some of the others. So I just give myself a range like that. Listen, I've bought 60s before and I've bought 80s before, but that's the guidelines I try to go by. You just want to confirm we're still in NVIDIA. Sell order at $9.95. No, we're still in NVIDIA right there. Yep. Again, this is August 15th, so we're still in it. We still like it long. It's just up 9 cents today, not moving much. Again, it's get dragged down by AMD overnight. AMD had bad earnings and pulled down pretty hard, but AMD is starting to bounce a little bit right now, as you can see, just a little bit. And I do like him short, which is still moving down. We still got Chewy short, which is basically flat. It's a pancake here this morning, up 6 cents. I get a Vertex straddle at 385, and we've got the Sarepta, which I'm going to hold over earnings tonight. On a straddle, we've got on this. Right now, it's trading right around 16.30, so it's right between our two strikes, right off just above our 16th strike. So I want to see what earnings reaction it has. All right. Busy this morning. Not much to trade, but busy. Hey, Heaven, good morning. Good morning. SPY still grinding up here now. It's just getting above the 8 exponential moving average on the 8, which is relatively bullish here. I mean, this is It's basically still inside of yesterday's candle range, but not by much. It's trying to break out above yesterday's high on the SPY, 632.61, 632.61. So we're about 60 cents away from the yesterday's high on the SPY. That was a pretty ugly candle yesterday on the SPY. Again, I'm still long Newmont, which is just moving sideways, and I'm short HIMS. And I have the Vertex straddle on 385. Needs to move because they're expensive and they can get time decayed pretty badly. So need to see a little bit of a move in Vertex one way or the other. RE. Apple just popped out of compression on HA reversal and good volume. Yeah, Apple's getting some pretty good press this morning, and it's moving up really fast. It's above. The stock has been extremely choppy. Right, this is Apple right now. I'm getting a nice move in it here this morning. Obviously, you can see what it went right through all these resistance levels. This line here is not valid anymore. Take that one off. So your next resistance on Apple is more likely way up here around 218. That's a pretty big move here today in Apple. That's a pretty big move. So if you want to check, I'm not going to chase it obviously, but it's been a nice mover today. Apple. I haven't looked at Amazon. Amazon has moved up nicely as well. Let's see what David looks like on Amazon. Yeah, see Amazon. The problem here with Amazon is this. It's moved up right to their resistance. That's the 8 and the 15 right there. Google, which has been much stronger, is actually a pretty decent long setup right here. It's kind of doing a double doji sandwich setup. Big green candle, doji, and see if you get a move after that. But it's a nice setup on Google. Not doing much today, but a nice setup on it. Again, I am in Newmont, which is a nice setup as well. I'm going to try to take profits today as it's getting a little bit extended. I am in HIM short, which is I'm looking for it to stay below 51.99 and go down toward 49.88. All right. So we had this morning not a lot of trades, not a lot to trade. The SPY has been pretty choppy. It's still grind. This is a pretty nice grind right now in the SPY. This was actually a decent SPY super system trade. I didn't take it. It was a little extended. This is probably a better entry right here as it comes back down toward the 15. I'm not trading it right now though. About 11:30 right now. 11:30. SPY continues to grind higher. Triple Qs along with it. IWM also grinding up here now. Still red, but it's grinding up. Again, HIMS is just kind of moving sideways, but definitely got relative weakness to the market. NVIDIA is still starting to bounce a little bit here. It's finally going green, and we'll see where we go with NVIDIA. And Chewy, slightly green, not by much. Still a very bearish daily chart. Geo, if you were in Geo, if you did take the Geo overnight, you got to close it out this morning for 30 cents or more. Joe got to close it out for 36 or 37, I think. So that's rude. I didn't get filled on my second batch yesterday. I get in at 24 and I got out at 30 yesterday, and I wasn't able to get another batch. I tried to, but I never got filled on it. It was hard to get filled on it for some reason. I know the spread was kind of wide, but not that terribly wide. What contract did I buy for Newmont? I never remember. I can tell you though. Newmont, I bought the August 22nd, 8/22, $65 puts. I'm sorry, $65 calls. $65 calls. I paid $370 for them. They're going for $390 right now. I have a sell order at $450. I'm just trying to get about 70 cents out of them, 80 cents out of them, I guess. So close to 20%. SPY still grinding up. Ugh. Allison,
I'm out.
you're out.
I'm out. Howdy.
You got a client?
Had a meeting.
You got a meeting? Right, here.
Thanks, Dave.
Mary? Yeah. Coffee's out. Allison's out. Allison's over here. How are you doing? Working? You all right, Ruth? Me too. Really, I'm like 92. You sent me another nice little thing saved for the future. Do some tracking. You know what you can do? It sucks. Right, nice little run of the SPY here. Now it's starting to pull back. I'm not really thrilled about this market. I might scratch a new one if it bounces back again here. Really not a great day to be trading, so I'm trying to keep the number of trades down quite a bit. Vertex still trading at 387. Just gonna watch here mostly for right now. All right, so again, market not really doing much of it. We had a nice little move up in it, but it's coming back down again now. And again, a new one. I may try to scratch a new one today if it bounces back up again. I'll hold it if not, but I may try to scratch it. And I'm also short hymns, which I may scratch as well. I just nothing really moving very dramatically. I'm going to cut my position sizes, cut my positions down if I can. I'm going to obviously hold on to Nvidia and Chewy. All right. So we have any questions? Maryland took nice profits in CRDO. Yeah, nice trade, Maryland. Very nice. CRDO's beauty. Mentioned that this morning. Pull back. Just what we said. Wait for it to pull back. Wait to get some positive momentum. I don't know where you took it, but you took it here. You took it perfectly. So nice, very nice trade. And I appreciate that. Thanks very much. That always makes me feel good to know people feel like they're learning a lot in the room and they're starting to make money that they hadn't made before. It's really, very gratifying for me to hear that. Yeah, listen, there's no, the market's not black and white. We got the best indicators in the world right here, market internals and for institutions being in the trade. But there's still a lot of nuances in the market. There's still a lot of room for subjectiveness on things that you have to trade. Technical analysis is something to have to work on as well. But this gives you such an edge over other retail traders. This piece of software, I keep saying this SPY Super System software is really good. Really good. It's getting better with more things being added to it. We've got the market internals now up here. So very beautiful piece of software. So again, if you want to be serious about trading, It's something you should probably have. Again, it goes on Thinkorswim. You don't have to trade on Thinkorswim. If you can't get Thinkorswim, you don't have to pay for it. You can just download the platform. Brightline will put the software on there for you, and you can go ahead and have the same thing we get right here. It's going to look exactly like mine is. So yeah, if you're interested, give Rory a call, and right there, 786-732-4656. He'll get back to you. We've had a lot of people purchasing this stuff, the software in my room, because you can get it all as one just as one deal now, which for a lifetime, which is really a really great deal. It really is. I don't really talk too much about these things, but this is really a pretty outstanding for anybody who's serious about trading and wants this software, because the software is important. You get my room as well. For $2,500, you get my room and the software for lifetime. But you get the software, which you will make you a better trader. I mean, it really will, because you'll be able to avoid trades when the institutions are not in them. Okay. I've inspired you to actually try to learn. There's a lot to learn. Listen, it never ends. I mean, I still try. I'm still learning all the time. Listen, I try out different strategies. I'm always trying to find new strategies that have a very high win rate, and show those to the room once I find it. But they've got to be proven. And it takes a long time. And believe me, there's a lot more bad strategies than there are good strategies. William, thanks very much. Yeah, you jumped on that deal for the room and the software. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, and you got to listen. Learning never stops when you're trading. I know lots of people who are professional traders, been trading for longer than me. I mean, I've been trading for 16 and a half years full time, and I know traders have been trading for 30 years full time, and they're still learning, because the market is very dynamic, very dynamic. It's changing all the time, but the thing that doesn't change is institutions drive the moves, and without institutions, the moves are not going to be anywhere near as good. And that's the one constant in the market, is to know what the institutions are doing. That's what makes the difference. I mean, if you know what the institutions are doing, you have a big, huge edge over other retail traders. Because keep in mind, we're taking money from other retail traders. We're not taking money from institutions. Believe me, we're taking money from other retail traders who don't have the same information, the expertise, or the indicators that we've got. And if you trade relative strength and relative weakness, and you trade with the SPY super system here, and you use your daily chart for any kind of trade you take that's going to be a swing trade, you're going to be heads and shoulders above 98% of the retail traders in this world, and there's tens of millions of them. SPY pull back a little bit, now trying to bounce. Still pretty strong market right here. Which, you know, I'm a little concerned about this HIMS trade. And I'm trying a new one it's bouncing a little bit now, so I'm gonna just see what I can do with it. But it did lose a little bit of relative strength here. Chewy, just moving sideways. It doesn't really, not trading with the market. It's moving sideways when the market's moving up. That gives us relative weakness. Nvidia is trading pretty much with the market. Didn't move up as quickly as the market did, but it's starting to look a little better. And the stock setup is very excellent on the daily chart. Yeah, sounds off. How you doing? What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. I want to make these work orders.
Oh, the damn things.
Yeah. And, everybody's so freaking busy.
Yeah, you can't get any answers.
Yeah, I can't get any answers. And, give me permission, I'll make my own work order. I saw a work order that.
It's just that it's costing the money because you're wasting a lot of time trying to figure out what to do with this stuff.
Well, most people, if a tech goes in a store and sees something wrong, they're supposed to fix it. If it's a Field Nation tech, they might not have all the equipment. But I've been asking them for a work order, because I made some work orders and Karina said, you need to fix this is the wrong.
Yeah, but how do you know to fix it how?
Yeah, fix it how?
And if that's the case, why isn't there a template I can use for it?
Well, template, right, and she says, well, I said, what template are you using? I've asked her 3 times, she hasn't answered me. And I know she's busy, because she's busy with oversight of the daily.
Yeah, way too much work.
Yeah.
But you're trying to be efficient here.
I'm trying.
And you're spending hours and hours on stuff that shouldn't take that long.
And Justin.
And it's going to cost them money.
Well, yeah. Well, it's just not much considering.
Well, maybe not, but it's unnecessary.
Okay, where had we worked on?
You what?
Over there. I was just wondering where I left my phone. Whoa.
Oh.
Oops. Sorry. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
You get most of it on the carpet, I think. We're coming. Don't worry.
Don't worry, it's not a big deal.
William, you haven't heard me say much about the SPY Super System trades. Been taking a few win rate as good, but have cut winners short. It's been a tough. I had a pretty good SPY Super Systems month in July. I call them out when I see them. I had one yesterday that worked okay, but it wasn't a huge win. I mean, I think I made about 80 cents or $80 or $90 a contract on it. But it's been pretty choppy, so I haven't been. And I'm looking for so many other things. But the system itself still, my win rate still is excellent on those things. It's still 85 to 88%. And the profitability, the profit factor on them, William, last time when I ran my trader view over the weekend, my profit factor on the SPY Super System trades so far is this year is 4.07, which is, if you know profit factor, a 4 profit factor is extremely high. So it's still performing very, very well. Marilyn, you were looking at CDNS, but you don't think the options are too good? Well, let's see. Cadence Design Systems. Yeah, it's doing a PBO right here. This just trying to do a pullback. It hasn't confirmed a pullback yet. It's still sitting just above the 8. Let me look at the options on it. Your PF is under 3. Yeah, but that, William, if you're getting anything close to a 3 on a profit factor or any strategy using, that's outstanding. Again, at 4.07 I've got on my SPY Super Systems, but I'm very selective. I haven't been taking it off a lot. But yeah, the win rate is still in the mid to upper 80s on those things. But that's because I skip a lot of them. I don't take an awful lot of them because on choppy days when I don't have any direction, I'm very hesitant to take any SPY Super System trades. Let me take a look at CDNS options here for Maryland. CDNS. Let's see. Yeah, there's not much volume. Not much open interest. Oh, there's some open interest, but you'd have to, if you're taking calls of this, you'd have to be taking some. But see, it only has $5 spreads. So if you went to like August 22nd, you'd be taking, have to take a 355. They're pretty expensive at 1090 by 1430. So when you see spreads like that, 1090 by 1430, 1090 bid, 1430 ask, that immediately tells you that there's not much volume, and you don't want to be touching anything like that. It has an open interest of 1 contract, 0 contracts purchased today or sold today. It just isn't on the August 22nd. There are no contracts that have gone off at any calls that I can see today at all. August 15th, there's been some, but still very, very small number. Yeah, you're right about that. And if you look at the spread, it's going to tell you pretty quickly when you get spreads of $2, $3, $4. Forget about it. I mean, if you like the trade, you would have to do a debit spread on it, and I don't like CD and S good enough to even think about doing a debit spread on it right now. We want pouncing back up again a little bit. Everything all right, Ruth?
Yeah, I'm looking for my little screwdriver.
You're working on the laptop up there. Get your phone.
Yeah, I'm fixing the bathroom now. The rack for the hand towels fell down.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Hey, Gavin?
Well,
Oh, in this one, in this bed. Oh, today, yeah. I don't even know when she'll be back. Huh? Well, she's gone out. She had a meeting.
oh, she did? She left? I didn't even. She did leave?
She's left. Yeah, she went to a meeting.
Oh, I didn't even.
I told you, Allison's gone. I yelled
I
upstairs.
didn't hear you.
Actually, I said Alfie's gone. I said, no, Allison's gone. Alfie's still here. Alfie's a smart one. He gets in his crate and gets away from it all.
The oldest one.
Can you see that? Ruthie, I'm going to put this book on the counter.
Yeah,
Well, I'll put it with your phone, even better. All right, coming up on 12 o'clock. 11:57 here. About 3 minutes to the market, to noontime. Newmont trying to bounce. SPY still going up. Triple Q's still going up. So the market's fairly bullish right now. My WM kind of choppy. Nvidia trying to make a nice recovery here, going green now. I like to see Chewy pulled down a little bit. See, the market's moving up, Chewy's moving sideways. That's relative weakness. That's what you want to see in your shorts. HIMS, I'm not thrilled about this HIMS trade. Ari points out even Bitcoin is moving up today. Yeah, coin's not, but Bitcoin is. Coinbase is down about just about 0.8%. Harry points out Coin just sold some shares today. Just sold some shares today. Is that you or is that Coin? Yeah, Coin. Yeah, it's pulled down pretty hard here since it had earnings. It's down. This thing's a very, very volatile stock. It's a SPY, still moving up. The VOLD, notice it's switched to down. It's a 5 minute trend now. So it's gonna very much look to the T2104, which right now is also just put in a very, very bearish candle, but it's just one candle. If I look at VOLD over here, see what the market internals are looking like. You can see right here, that's a pretty steep drop based on that. T2104 had the same kind of candle. That's a pretty steep drop. So again, got to be careful with longs right here. SPY kind of flattening out a little bit right now. Oops. Very choppy market. Even though with that nice move up in the SPY, it's been very choppy overall. Again, I'm going to take Newmont off at $4 if I can get filled at 4. Paid $3.70 for it. I'm going to take it off at $4. I'm going to reduce some of the risk here. The market is starting to look fairly bullish. Newmont not looking as bullish. Wait to see if I get this teams to pull back one more time. I'll probably take that off as well. Vertex still trading around 387.50. Want some help here? He's got a lot of shit. It's all just the 2 rooms.
obviously I'm not gonna get out to,
Always? Of course not. That was a bad dream to start with. Here's your phone.
okay, I'm just gonna always go.
What do you think you can go into her apartment? Because she's got so much shit.
I know, and she's too embarrassed.
But you know, we don't want to have to be embarrassed if people come over here.
Well, that's the whole my whole thing. I have people coming here, and, you know, we're paying someone $150
Yeah.
to come clean the house, and you can't get in that room. You know, fine, you wanna live in filth, fine, but I'm just preaching to her.
Yeah, that's it. She's only got one room here that she's got everything in, so.
If it wasn't,
Hmm?
it wasn't.
Well, she had the bathroom and she had the bedroom. All right.
Most people who,
Get my stuff together. All right. She works hard, that woman.
yes, she does, she puts her whole body into it.
All right. Get my shit out of here. My glasses got all over that. There.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the neighbors bought it to rent it out.
Maybe. Haven't seen nobody. They're not nobody renting it yet.
Hmm?
Nobody renting it yet.
Wait a minute.
All right. All right. There's Vertex moving back up here to 389 again. Watching the SPY. It's pretty small candles now. Pretty nice move up. Again, Newmont. I probably got that closed out now. Let me see. Newmont. Yep, I closed my Newmont trade. I'm out of Newmont. Took a 30-cent profit on it. Nothing big here, about 8%, but that's all right. I'm not gonna mess around with it. It's on the daily chart. It's a little bit too extended for me. So again, it could continue to run up here, but I'm taking the profits that I've got. Watching hymns. I'd like to take that off as well pretty soon. Gonna let Vertex go. See how it goes. Nvidia, obviously, I'm going to be staying in Nvidia, moving up here nicely, and I'm going to be staying in Chewy, and unless it breaks above 34.90 or so. It's still bearish. This is the Chewy chart right here. This is a pretty nice weak chart. Again, we get pink candles. Typically, you get multiple pink candles in a row. We're putting in just basically this is a doji sandwich setup for a bearish trade right here. Doji sandwich setup for bear trade. Big pink candle, doji. If you get a move down tomorrow, it could be similar to this magnitude, which is from $35.95 to about $34, about $2 to the downside, which would take us down below that level. We would have a nice profit in it. That's what it's setting up for, a doji sandwich setup to the short side. Okay. Now we're getting this trend down now. Again, very choppy market. Even though the SPY is grinding up, it's been a choppy day. Again, I closed my Newmont trade. Made $30 a contract. Nothing big. Watching Chewy. I'm watching Nvidia. Nvidia pulling back a little bit right now. Options right now on Nvidia trading for about 825. About 825. I got a sell order in HIMS just to make a small profit on it. If it comes down just a little bit here, I'll get filled on that. I just don't want to have an awful lot of trades on right now in this market. We don't really have we have a decent move today in the SPY, but it's the overall market. This is the thing that I look at for the overall market. This looked like we were going short. I took SPY puts here, and this is what happened. I got my SPY puts took a beating here on this bounce back up. On Monday, this looked pretty ugly, and now it's bounced back up. And then yesterday we had a nice move to the downside. Notice we moved up, gapped up slightly above the open, and then we pulled right back down, closing below the 8 and the 15, and then today right back up above it again. This is really very difficult to try to swing trade this kind of market right now. We had a nice run up here for about 3 months, and now we're just chopping. So we've got to be very selective on the trades that we take, and we've got to be selective on the amount of time we stay in the trades. All right, it's about 12:15, 12:13. I'm going to get ready to take some lunch. Thanks very much to YouTube folks. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. A lot of folks in there this morning. I do appreciate that, and look forward to seeing you back here again tomorrow, Thursday. I'll usually start the YouTube about 11 o'clock. And again, if you're interested in the software or my room, just go to rightlinetrading.com or call Rory at 786-732-4656. And thanks, Rightline, for being. Thanks, Rightline. Thanks to YouTube folks for being here today. We have a lot of people that come in here every day to watch us on YouTube, and I appreciate it.